I tried to beat the Isle of Armor DLC using only shiny Pokemon. That means I'll have to play through the whole story while also catching an entire team of shinies along the way. Will I make it through, or will my patience give out first? Let's find out. The Isle of Armor kicks off not with a bang, but in the most Gen 8 way possible, with an unskippable piece of dialogue that you have to click through every time you go to heal your Pokemon in a Pokemon Center. There's a rare Pokemon at Wedgehurst Station. 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 All right. Guess we're going to Wedgehurst Station. When we get there, this rare Pokemon certainly doesn't disappoint. If you've been following the channel for a little while, you probably know that Slowbro, and by extension Slowpoke, are easily in my top 3 favorite Pokemon. So, as you can imagine, I'm stoked to see this little guy.
Oh, is that Slowpoke? Yes!
But that's not even close to how stoked I would be if I hit my huge goal of 100,000 subscribers this year. We're about halfway there, and I need your help to make it happen. So if you're enjoying the video, I would really appreciate it if you took a second to scroll down and subscribe to the channel and leave the video a like. If not for me, then do it for Slowpoke. Thanks. Also, let me know down in the comments if you want to see me do a run of the Crown Tundra as well. Anyway, apparently the train company has no way to handle this Pokemon, so the train operator basically begs us to take care of it, which of course we do by catching it. And with the Slowpoke dealt with, we follow this mystery man out to the Isle of Armor. As we arrive in the station, we become more acquainted with the mystery man, who turns out to be the main antagonist, I guess, of this DLC. Avery. And he has some kind of split personality deal going on.
My goodness, this is a thick one, like a poor lost Wooloo.
You know I can hear you, right? I'm also the current champion of the Oh, okay, there he goes. So we head outside, where for some reason Avery is trying his absolute best to keep us off the island. For this run, we're picking up close to where we left off with our last shiny only run in Shield, so we send out Gigachad, who absolutely smacks around Avery's team.
If only I could get rid of her.
Yeah. Can still hear you. Anyway, with our first roadblock out of the way, we can finally start our first shiny hunt. And you may be able to guess what we're going for here based on the intro. Yep, that's right. We're hunting a Galarian Slowpoke to ultimately get a Galarian Slowbro. If you don't already know, the shiny odds in this game are based off of a lot of different factors, one of the main being the number of a specific Pokemon that you've battled. I won't get too deep into it, but basically, the more you battle, the better your odds of finding a shiny. So we get to work. And this might be painful for some of you to watch. Now, with plenty of the pokes punched, we get to work actually looking for the shiny. And eventually, we do find our disgusting yellow fella, which we catch and nickname Yolk. Then we get to work gathering all the Galarica branches that we need to evolve this thing into a Slowbro. Along the way, we suffer various shark attacks. It's literally faster than me. What can I do? And we get to see some locals. I do love how big they made Wailord here, but come on. You gotta upscale that butt texture. Anyway, we get the branches, then we make it into a band, which we use to evolve Yolk. Now with our first shiny on the team, it's finally time to head into the dojo, where we meet the couple that runs the joint, Honey, and of course, her partner, Mustard. Cheese to meet you. Ha! He's a real beast when he gets serious. Ugh, God, TMI, lady. To test our mettle, Mustard challenges us to a battle, which is a pretty good opportunity to show off our Yoki boy. His lead Mindfu U-turns out, but that just puts his second Pokemon Shinx in our path of destruction, and it goes down easily to our Shell sidearm. Then we clean up the Mindfu shortly thereafter. After his defeat, Mustard formally invites us to train at the dojo, which we accept. Then he tells us about the upcoming 3 trials, the first of which is catching these fast-ass Slowpokes that he trained. Easy enough. Dang it, man. After defeating the anything but Slowpokes and retrieving Avery's uniform, which they apparently stole, we're rewarded with the choice of either a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle. And you already know we're Bulba boys around here. I mean, imagine being a part of the Squirtle squad. Embarrassing. So we pick up our Bulbasaur, who is so stoked to be picked, and then we get right into our next shiny hunt. For this one, I'm going to be hunting none other than Bulbasaur himself. But how? It's shiny locked. Well, by breeding, of course. So we pop our brand new Bulbasaur into the daycare along with this sexy little Ditto and let them get to work. Then we get to work doing what we do best, mindlessly riding around in a circle in front of the daycare. And with the magic of editing, look, we have our shiny Bulbasaur. Wow! We nicknamed this thing Short, then we use some experience candies and get it up to speed. First evolving it into an Ivysaur, then ultimately into a Venusaur. With our shiny Shorty on the team, we head back to the Isle of Armor to get started on our next trial, finding some max mushrooms. As we're making our way through the world, we accidentally run into a Wooper, which gives us the opportunity to show off. God damn, Shorty thick! As I was saying, an opportunity to show off Short. Then we head into the warm-up tunnel to grab the mushrooms, but we're rudely interrupted by Avery, who wants a piece. And with Shorty on the team, I don't blame him, but we still gotta put the smackdown on him regardless. We don't match up great with his psychic-focused team at this point, but thankfully, Slowbro is able to smack Kadabra all the way back to Gen 1 where it belongs, and we manage to pull out a victory and secure the mushrooms. Then we return to the dojo and enjoy a max mushroom soup prepared by Honey. Once we're finished with the feast, we pass off some of our soup to Short, which will actually allow it to Gigantamax when the time comes. Next up is the final, last, ultimate, third trial, which is a battle against none other than Avery himself. Guessing he'll probably have a bit of an upgraded team this time, we decide we're ready to get started finding another shiny. This time we have our sights set on Chewtle, which spawns in the soothing wetlands, so we get to work putting the smackdown on any Chewtles in the tri-state area. After a while, we noticed that we're getting kind of over-leveled because the Chewtles here spawn at level 60. So in order to avoid getting to an absurdly high level, which would trivialize the rest of the story, we head back to Route 2, where Chewtles spawn at a much lower level. With a sufficient number defeated, we head back to the soothing wetlands and start our search for the baby turtle. And eventually, we do find our glorious green boy, which we catch and nickname Dweem. Then we level it up so it evolves into a Dreadnought, which has to be one of the best shinies in this game, hands down. I wish they would use the green color from its head on a regular Pokemon design because it is just so satisfying to look at. With Dweem on the Tweem, that's terrible. We head in to face our destiny. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. We failed this fight the first time. But we went back to the drawing board and leveled our boys up a little bit, then headed back in. This time, Dreadnought is just barely not able to finish off Avery's Ponyta on the first turn, but not to worry, we clean it up on the next turn easy. Then we sack Dweem to bring in Yoke, who yet again smacks Kadabra. Yoke also cleans up his Swoobat, then he's down to his last Pokemon, this disgusting pleb Slowbro, so we swapped a Short and Gigantamax. After stalling the rest of its Dynamax turns and a few ferocious beatings from our vines, the Slowbro finally goes down. With Avery defeated, Mustard rewards us with the secret armor of the dojo. Hey! This isn't secret armor at all. This is just a, little Pokemon. Say what you want about Game Freak, but they sure do know how to make your heart melt, huh? At this point, we also unlock the ability to have our Pokemon follow us around the Isle of Armor. Oh, it's so slow. We unintentionally made a team of the slowest running Pokemon possible. At this point, Mustard wants us to bond with Kubfu by taking it around the island and showing it the sights. But before we do that, you already know we gotta find another shiny. This time, we're gunning for shiny Scizor, but Scyther only spawns on the Isle of Armor at level 60 for us right now. So the only option that doesn't involve getting over leveled has to be the daycare. With our plan in mind, we head back to the wild area, put a Scyther that we caught in there with our frisky Ditto, and get to work hatching some eggs. And before long, the magic of editing saves you yet again, and we hatch our shiny Scyther. Then with the help of our second switch, we're able to trade this thing with a metal coat and evolve it into a goopy green Scizor. This shiny sure is something. Now that our Scizor is evolved, we nickname it Koi, then head out on a tour around the island with Kubfu. Hey Kubfu, can I ask you something? You ever think about like settling down and leaving this crazy life behind? No? Oh, yeah, okay, me either. All right, with our hearts shattered, we get access to the next part of our journey, which involves taking our now ex-boyfriend Kubfu through a training montage, fighting our way up the Tower of Darkness. And before you say, oh, he didn't use only shinies, he used Kubfu, that wasn't a shiny. You literally can't get shiny Kubfu, and they don't let you through the door of this place with anything other than Kubfu, so delete that comment, you sweaty nerd. Whatever. We make our way up the tower until we have an ultimate battle of self-discovery against another Kubfu trained by Mustard, who, side note, turns out to be a super sick ninja acrobat. Of course, we defeat him. Yes! Then use the Scroll of Darkness to take away everything that made us like Kubfu in the first place by evolving it into an Urshifu. Yup, straight to the box you go. With our newly vacated team slot, we have space for yet another shiny. This time we're looking for a fighting type to fill the Kubfu-shaped hole in our heart, and what better to fill that than a super squishy octopus? I mean, they can fit anywhere, right? At this point, you know the drill. We start taking out a few here and there on the island, but ultimately we do the majority of our battling on Route 9, where they spawn at a lower level. With enough of them battled, we head back to the island and begin the process of searching out our special little fella. And before long, we find this blue boy, which we catch and nickname Kyle. Then we level it up and evolve it from a Clobopus into a Graplocked. Oh, dear God, it's even more horrifying than I could have imagined. With this terror following us, we head back to the dojo. Ugh. This guy again. Our final mission in the field involves trying to find honey so that Urshifu can tolerate the taste of the max soup, which will make it able to Gigantamax. So we set out in search of the delicious nectar. We taste what Lilligan has to offer. Nope, not right. Next, we take a bite out of Applin. Dang, that's not right either. Finally, we realize we've been doing this very wrong. We need honey, and there are literally Pokemon that look like bees. So we seek one out and have a big ol' battle with a Gigantamaxed Vespiquen that we definitely don't almost lose. And with the queen defeated, we finally get the right honey and feed it to our Urshifu. With the last mission finished, there's only one thing left to do. Take on Mustard in a classic Pokemon battle. But before we do that, we have one last slot on the team to fill. So we head out to the beach and pick up a Sandy Ghast, which only spawns on the Isle of Armor at level 60, and we definitely don't want to get over leveled for the final battle, so of course we head back to the daycare and put our sweet innocent child in with Ditto. Then we get to work peddling. Let's hear it one more time for the magic of editing. Yeah! And now we cut to us hatching a shiny Sandy Ghast, which we nicknamed Clumpus. I think this is my second favorite shiny of all time, second only to its evolution Palosand. The black sand look with the light blue, oh baby, it slays me. With Clumpus on the team, we head back to the dojo one last time to have our final battle, which we definitely don't lose on our first attempt, okay? We lead with Clumpus against his Mineshout, who immediately U-turns out and brings in his electric type Luxray. Weird move switching into our Earth Power, and it gets low enough that we're able to take it out on the following turn. Then Corviknight comes in, which gives us some trouble taking out Clumpus and Dweem. But we do use the opportunity of the last turn of Dweem's life to revive Clumpus, who manages to take down the Corviknight on its second try. Next up is his Komodo, who takes out Yoke but goes down to Koi shortly thereafter. Then Mineshout comes back in and it knows Blaze Kick for some reason, which destroys Scizor, as you can imagine. But it U-turns out at the sight of Clumpus and he brings in his Lycanroc, who is no match for our Sandy boy and goes down easily. Then we clean up the Mineshout with the help of our Rocky Helmet, and now he's down to just his last Pokemon, Rapid Strike Urshifu, who is part water type, so we swap to short as it Gigantamaxes. But it really can't do anything to us and goes down to the chip damage from our G-Max Vine Lash. And just like that, we've officially completed the Isle of Armor using only shiny Pokemon. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Till next time.